Would you date Drake?
No.
She's being honest.
What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor, in case you didn't know, that's itydk.blog. Make sure you check them out on all local devices and mobile devices and the World Wide Web. Let's go. Before we start, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss one video. Let's go. So you just heard Saweetie. It looked like she was on Fuse TV. Maybe it's like this, truth or lie thing where you're hooked up to a lie detector test. And for some reason, they asked the question, would you date Drake? And she said no. Now, why they're asking, I will give you my theory on why I think that question was asked. Now, there's rumors going around, and I have touched on these before, that Saweetie, during the record, where, the record everyone thinks that is she talking about Khloe, or she talking about Lil Baby, or she talking about Offset, whatever. And then remember she came out and said, oh, no one knows who I'm talking about, but if they did, they would be so shocked. She put her hand over her mouth, and then one time she said the whole internet would be crying. So, when you think about that comment, right? And she says the whole internet, they don't know who I'm talking about. So that right there, everybody was saying it was Lil Baby. So by her saying they don't know who I'm talking about, she was kind of saying it wasn't Lil Baby, right? But then she says, if they did know, the whole internet would be crying. So now you have to start thinking, who would the whole internet be crying about? The only ones they'd be crying about would be Drake, right? What, you want to say Jay-Z because he's Beyonce's husband? And what, Offset because he's Cardi B's husband? But she's trying to make it seem like it wasn't the person who was mentioned. So a lot of people start saying Drake, right? A lot of people start saying Drake because he said my dog, and Drake is Quavo's dog. Lil Baby was never Quavo's dog, right? He had a record called My Dogs, years ago, but him and Lil Baby haven't been close in years. So I don't think it's him. So a lot of people, I think, was speculating that it was Drake. And I believe that's why she put that there, to try to throw people off and say, would you date Drake? No. But we're not saying you dated Drake. We're saying you smashed Drake. Now, if they would have asked a question, would you smash Drake? And she say no, that takes care of smash and date. Because there ain't no way you're going to be dating Drake and not smashing him. So maybe, it's the words, it's the way it was worded. No, I wouldn't date Drake, but I'd smash him or did smash him. See, so when people saying, oh, see, you were wrong about that, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm wrong. She just said she wouldn't date Drake. All right, so, but maybe she wouldn't date Drake because she was already smashed him and she saw what happened with it, and she knows she could never come out and date him because him and Quavo are close. But don't mean that they don't slip up and have a one-night stand or something happens like that. So I still think if she is not talking about Offset, right, which I don't believe she is, but I wish she would come out and say something, then people are going to speculate that who else would make the whole internet cry, right? Who else would make the internet cry? Drake. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you think she was capping? Do you think she was talking about Lil Baby and just don't want to admit it? Or do you think she's talking about Offset or Drake? Let me know down in the comments who you think she's talking about.
Hello, Twitter world. This is yours truly. This is my first venture into the social media world, and it's amazing, especially how quickly they can put up counterfeit sites. Anyway, we'll deal with that. My life has always been involved in the sports world, and I suspect as the weeks goes on, that's pretty much what we'll be talking about. But once in a while, I'm going to go off topic and talk about something else. And this is one of those times. Bob Kardashian, he's like a brother to me. He's a great guy. He met and married Kris, and they really had a terrific time together when they were together. Unfortunately, that ended. But never, and I want to stress, never in any way, shape, or form had I ever had any interest in Kris romantically or sexually, and I never got any indication that she had any interest in me. So all of these stories are just bogus, bad, tasteless.
O.J. Simpson is once again denying the rumors that he and Kris Jenner ever hooked up and or had an affair, and he says Khloe Kardashian is not his daughter. A rumor that's been going around forever. O.J. was on the Full Send podcast, and here is what he had to say. Also, pay attention to what he says about the cook or something. Is he alluding to the rumor that Kris Jenner may have had an affair with a cook? I don't know.
How'd she look back then?
Well, see, I don't, people have their types, right? I always thought Kris was a cute girl. She was really nice. But I was dating supermodels.
You know the rumor.
Yeah, but the rumor ain't true. It's not even nowhere close to being true. No, it's just that I've never been attracted to her, and I never suspected she was ever attracted to me. So that was never a case.
Because some people think like you might be Khloe Kardashian's real dad.
No, I'm not.
Because like Kim's like 5'5", Kourtney's like 5'3", and then Khloe's like
I've
6'2".
seen the family say something about a cook or something, but I don't know. I can't say that. I know. I have no.
You hear the little shade from this little white guy. Oh, Kim's like 5'5", Kourtney's 5'2", and Khloe's like 6'2". He knows Khloe's not 6'2", but that's another way of trying to clown Khloe and call her, oh, she's an Amazon or whatever. Here's my thing, to everything. First of all, people should stop shaming Khloe like she's ugly. Khloe's not an ugly woman, all right? The second thing is, can we put this O.J. Simpson is her father thing to bed? Khloe does not look mixed. The original Khloe, before she got any surgery, she did not look mixed. She's never looked mixed. This Alex Rodin allegedly had an affair with Kim. This is the guy who looks like he could be Khloe's father. I mean, look at the nose, look at the eyes, look at the mouth. He's the one that looks like, if it's not Rob Kardashian, which I don't believe it is, I believe it's this Alex Rodin dude. As far as OJ never hooking up with Kris, me personally, like I said, this is like the third time he's denied this. Do you think probably because he don't want to make Kris look bad? He don't want to look bad? I don't believe that he never hooked up with Kris, because I heard they used to wife swap. He used to wife swap with Rob Kardashian, right? But then I thought about it. I'm like, as jealous as OJ was about Nicole, I don't think that they wife swap. But I do believe. Remember, there was a book written. There was an unauthorized autobiography written saying that OJ cheated on. OJ cheated. Him and Kris slept together years later, and he smashed her so hard she ended up had to go to the emergency room. Right, so there was rumors back in the day. So, me personally, I don't believe OJ when he said he never hooked up with Kris. He wasn't attracted to Kris. Kris was good looking, like when she was younger. Now she wasn't Nicole, because Nicole was very sexual looking. And I would think that Kris, and when they look back at it, Kris was just as nice looking as Nicole back then, but Nicole just had that, that sex appeal, the body and whatever. So, and Kris didn't really dress like Nicole. I mean, she wasn't really acting sexual, but I heard Kris used to get it in. So, as far as look-wise go, I would say that Kris looked just as good as Nicole in the face back in those days, but he said, oh, Kris was a cute girl, not really his type. He was dating supermodels, right? So, newsflash, OJ, Nicole was very pretty. She wasn't a supermodel. She was a waitress. So, I don't believe of him when he says he didn't hook up with with Kris, but I definitely believe you need to put to bed this thing about him being Khloe's father. You see Alex, let me know down in the comments whether you still don't believe it. I think people at this point, they just want him to be Khloe's father just for the mess. But trust me, OJ, he's not rolling in dough anymore. If he sees there's some way he can get back into the Kardashian family, trust me, he would be admitting Khloe's his daughter. You better bet that. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network.